Umihara Kawase Shun is a certified hood classic. It's better than Mario, it's better than Sonic. It is one of the most precise platformers you could ever play. So, first of all, let's go over what Umihara Kawase Shun is. I played for the articles. By the way. It's really important to note that. So, I'm going to go through a playthrough, and I think just the gameplay alone, sort of like a guide here, that's going to convince you. So, I'm going to go through a little bit of a slowed down playthrough. Got my controller over here just for some guidance. And there's a lot of better strategies for this first level. You can play it a lot quicker than this, but today we're just going over some basics, and I'm not really a pro player anyway, so because the skill ceiling on this game is ridiculous. So we go up here, got our lure. We're gonna put this fish into our backpack. We're gonna shoot our lure upwards here into this part that's off screen. You gotta jump while you're doing it. Take that area and then shoot right there. You go. Okay, that area right there. You press down to tighten your lure. You hold down up to loosen it. So it's a back and forth. You really just have jump and you shoot your lure, and you can do it either straight in front of you. You can do diagonals. And to make diagonals easier, you can use the buttons on the side here, L1 and R1. Okay, so this, we're going to do a super jump, and we're going to miss. So, it's kind of a weird technique. It comes up way later in the game, but go over here, do a little hop, throw down our lure in the middle here, go forward, backwards, jump, shoot it onto this part. Then you ideally want to have it shot down here to begin with. You can do this whole maneuver like way quicker. Yeah. Left, right, down to tighten up a little bit for the pendulum. Use this little part for leverage here. And I hope this is convincing you. If it's not, it's fine, but it's a lot to this game. We're just going to go through one playthrough, and there's several different ways to beat this game. This is going to be one of the easier ways too. So shoot the lure right there, down, pendulum, shoot it onto this part right here. And this part, I really messed up because I haven't played the game in a few years, so there we go. Loosen, tighten, loosen, left, while still holding down on it. And close. Okay, so you can use like R1 to do the diagonal. Now, ideally, I should be able to do it this time, but no dice. But the good thing, it's pretty forgiving. One more time around, and no. So, I'm gonna shoot my lure down right there. Pendulum a little bit. And just the amount of different ways that you can go about the stage. There's shortcuts. I could have gone through this entire stage, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. You can skip past most of the stages. A lot here of what I'm showing here is kind of like spoilers in a way. So if you're not into spoilers, you don't have to watch this part, but I think it illustrates how fun this game can be. So we're gonna shoot our lure up there. Instead of going up on this this whole upper part, we're just skipping parts left and right. There we go, tighten up. And this part, I could have shot right there and had a little bit more leverage, but just wanted to live on the edge a little bit, as we all do. And there we go. And barely shoot it right there. I don't know, this way is kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes it's fun to just barely make it. And eventually you get kind of like a feel for the controls, because on Shun, Umihara Kawase Shun, it's a sequel to the first game on the Super Famicom. This is a PlayStation game, ported over to the DS, ported over to the PC. We don't talk about the PSP game. PSP version's garbage, but almost in like a fun way, but not really. So we use that leverage down there. These parts kind of slipping and sliding, so you gotta have some leverage here. Me and this dude shoot each other at the same time. Eventually throw him in the backpack. So gonna do a downward diagonal on this dude here. We're just gonna toss him all the way down. And there we go. Move a little bit to the left. Shoot your lure right there. Use that as leverage. And then boom. There you go. Now you got enough momentum to go up this little slippery thing. Shoot lure right there. Wait for this guy to pass. And this is one of the things, like, you could beat this stage way quicker than what I'm doing right now, but it's just it's how you play it. But there's so much room for error, room for improvement, all that stuff. So you mess up, you just go right back down there. Look, there's a little carrot, an apple. You got the scenery. And yeah, this has been re-released so many times, and it deserves every re-release. There we go. This is a little bit embarrassing. Again, I could do this way quicker. I choose not to because it's a skill issue. Ideally, I want to shoot my shot right there. Got it right there. Trying to be fancy, trying to skip these levels. Grab on right there. And the pros, they don't always put the fish into the backpack. I like to put them in the backpack. There's not really a good reason to. You can stun the fish. This is just sad right here. But yeah, you could just stun the fish and move on, but I like them being in the backpack. It's not the pro strat, but it's what feels right. These are actually really fun to kind of move around on these little pegs here. Do a pendulum. Shoot myself up. I could have shot myself to that part, but I'm just a little bit rusty, so not feeling too confident on these swings. Got this one right here. There we go. Forward, back, whatever. Just keep holding it. Shoot that one right there. Do a so you shoot it, this top right one here, and you hold down and you jump and then you hold down for like a half second, and that gets you some momentum. It's really that holding it down for a half a second that gets you to it. You gotta kind of like feel it out. If you hold down for too long and don't let go, then you wind up going back and forth. So it really is like a feels thing. And field 36 over here is pretty extensive. Like, a lot of ways to beat this level, but right here we're going for the easy strat. We're gonna go to this part. We're gonna do we're gonna hold down. We're gonna do a diagonal with the R1. This is actually one of the few places you really absolutely have to use R1 or L1, and you can get yourself out of it if you get stuck. Just a little pendulum there. It's all about the pendulums, and just trying to regain footing right here. And the pros, they don't use the ladders like that. Skip the ladders. So yeah, hold down R1. It's close. Door is right there. But there's more ways to play this as a platformer than in your traditional platformer, at least without glitches. There we go. Have this bottom door right here. Now this next area, I am surprised that I did this on the first run. This is a pain. These two fish here. So the first Umihara Kawase, you just gotta deal with the fish, you gotta deal with the frogs. In Shun, the sequel, this one right here, you can skip all of the fish and it's all by design. So put your lure down here, loosen up a little bit, walk down here, kind of swing a little bit, and as soon as this dude, right before he turns, you gotta hold the down. I guess it's a little bit after he turns, but it's right on the dot there, and then go into the door. A little scary clipping right there, because otherwise you gotta just deal with these dudes. So they've made the tadpoles a lot easier to deal with. And I'm not the biggest fan of stage 30 over here. It feels very anticlimactic for what it is. It's not exactly the most exciting last stage. And there's several different routes to beat this game on, so there's plenty of different fields we haven't shown. Field 58 is an absolute insane field that I still have not beaten. I still haven't beaten field 58. I've gotten to 57, and that's as far as I got. And you have to get that through different routes. And yeah, again, I like to skip most of the stages on here and just go through these shortcuts. And there's not really any other game I can think of that have shortcuts that are designed for players that just want to plow through games like this. Because it has the full stages, but then if you know the tech, then you can just go right past them. And there we go. That's it's an easier run of Umihara Kawase Shun, or at least a faster run. Kind of shows off the tech a little bit. There we go. Just gonna close out of this part here. Little TV watching. So yeah, you should check out the Umihara Wiki. It's got a lot of good info there. A lot of information about the media. And some hero on Reddit actually scanned a copy of Umihara Kawase Shun's strategy guide. So definitely check that out. And a lot of cool art in here. A lot of tech explained. And there's also this channel, Chol DHC, and this dude has gone really hard on explaining just the little minute details of the game. Like, I can't even hope to play like this, at least not at the moment. I mean, I'd have to really start practicing again, but stuff like this is just insane. And again, yeah, I wouldn't watch all this if you don't want any kind of spoilers, but the spoilers, what I would call spoilers, are really just tech, different ways of doing stuff. Like, this is absolutely insane, and he explains it, so definitely check out Chol DHC. The game's on Steam, so there's really no reason not to play Umihara Kawase Shun. It's cheap, it's like 12 bucks. Usually goes on sale for like $4 or $5 on Steam sales, and gift it to people. And yeah, just wanted to make a follow-up to a video I made like almost 3 years ago, where I went over the first game, because Shun, it's just a better game than the original Umihara Kawase in just about every way. Like, it's like a personal preference. It kind of depends on how you want your lure to be, if you want it to be longer, a little more loose, or in Shun's case, a little bit shorter, tighter, more weight to it. You can get a little bit more speed. Yeah, just absolutely avoid any of the newer ones though. Like, avoid Fresh, avoid the bazooka game, whatever. Like, Sayonara Umihara Kawase is the last Umihara Kawase game. So the one right after this on the 3DS. And that's also on Steam. Also, I got a hoodie now. If you want a bunch of hands. I think it's linked somewhere, but I don't know. It's got hands. Definitely play this game though. It's way better than the original, in my opinion. Worth a play. Better than your Marios.